Yeah, normally I'm going to be playing Ray Stars One Step Away, but get ready to start here. Rock Recovery with Jay, Jake. And today we're going to be talking about basic recovery, probably the mindset of addicts, of the difference between forced recovery and non-forced recovery. And welcome to me. I hope you guys like my background. It's all new. New. I can't tell which way I'm pointing, but it's new. Uh, we do recovery. We recover out loud, and we recover because hey, life and addiction sucks. Life as an addict sucks. Everything that we do as an addict, the things that we go through, the daily need as an addict sucks. So what we do here is we talk about the stigma of addiction. We talk about the struggles, the successes, the just everyday life outside of addiction. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. It gets to the point where, some of us just don't want to be here a lot of times. An addict feels shitty about themselves. If you're in active addiction, you feel pretty crappy about yourself. I guarantee it. You're feeling that you're not enough, that you're not worthy, that you're unlovable or unloved. You start getting addicted to people. You get addicted to relationships. You get addicted to, there's a whole lot of other things that we get addicted to other than drugs or alcohol as an addict. Then there's the whole mental health that comes with it. I mean, addiction's a side effect of just how we cope to begin with. We did it. Nobody goes into this shit starting wanting to be an addict. Nobody goes in saying, hey, let me try this. It looks like fun. Everybody else is doing it. And all of a sudden you can't stop doing it. Nobody does that. Nope. It's, I want to try this to fit in. Maybe it's just trying to fit in. Maybe it's just trying to be popular. Maybe it's just trying to change something to feel better about yourself. Maybe. Don't know. Don't know your case. Everybody is different. There's a billion ways to get sober and stay sober. Don't let anybody tell you what you're doing is wrong. Don't do it. Because however you're doing it, whatever you're doing to do it, I'm proud of you. Keep it up. That's all I got to say. So I'm proud of you. Just keep doing the next right thing. Don't intentionally start hurting people. And if people can't handle the truth, well, then they got to take a look at themselves. That's all there is to it. And let's see. Oh, shit. We got a lot of people in here. I did not know all you guys were in here, first of all. And, hope you guys like my background. It's new. Thanks, Mom. Shout out to the mom, the mother unit, the parental unit. But, as an addict, the things that we face daily are different across the board, but all of our feelings and emotions are the same. For me personally, I keep myself accountable by doing this right here, talking to people outside of my comfort zone, some people that I would probably have never talked to begin with in real life. I've met some amazing people just by talking to them, just by talking about recovery. And that's one of the things that I'm grateful for. There's a big, huge list. That I'm grateful for. I mean, number one is God. Number two is being sober and my recovery. Number three is my mom. Hey. And then everybody else falls under that number three list. Everything else falls under that number three list. 1 month today is awesome. Absolutely. Congratulations, Ellie. Shout out to Ellie for being sober and clean for 1 month today. Jason, your shout out to you too, Jason. You're my brother from another. Sela with Looking Through the Glass podcast. Congratulations on your journey too, and the way you're doing it. I mean, you need to check these people out. They're all big fans of recovery, big fans of staying sober, plain and simple. Oh, 1 month of my podcast. It's only been a month? Okay, well, then it's been a month. Congratulations to me, 1 month podcast. But some of the things that we face is the stigma of being an addict. And another big one is the stigma of not doing it after you're an addict and you decide to get clean and sober, and you're doing the right thing, and all of a sudden, eh, job function, work function, family function, and all they know is the addict you, and they go, here, have this. No, I'm good. I don't want that, thanks. And what you get what shocked? Are you on the wagon? What's wrong with you? Why you can't have one? You don't want one? No, I don't ask me, because I'm going to say no. And then, what, are you too good? Are you too good? Now, that doesn't mean that everybody's going to be like that. Sometimes you just got to cut people off, and that's where boundaries come in. That's where the boundaries of, you start feeling better about yourself. You start feeling better about yourself, and you're doing the right thing, and your self-esteem goes up. You start to love yourself again. You start to take care of yourself again. Damn, I need a shave. Off topic, but you start taking care of yourself again, and all of a sudden you're feeling better about yourself, and you don't want those people that are dragging you down to be around you anymore. Yeah, they could be good friends, they could be family, they could be whatever the case may be, but are they worth your sobriety? That's a question you got to ask yourself. Are they worth you being not sober or clean? You got to ask yourself those questions. You do have to change people, places, and things, Sheila. That is absolutely right. You do have to change people, places, and things. And some of those people probably been in your life for a long time. They could be baby's mamas, baby's daddies, husbands, ex-husbands, ex-wives, so on and so forth, girlfriends, whatever, acquaintances. If they do not respect your boundaries, then they don't respect you. Now, if they're not respecting your boundaries and you're not holding those steady to those boundaries, how much do you respect yourself? You got to ask a question about that. Yeah, you got to learn to respect yourself. Yeah, absolutely. But how much do you respect yourself if you're letting other people disrespect you? Because now you feel like shit again. Now you're feeling like crap. Now you want to go use to cover that feeling up again, but you can't, because, well, you can. Relapse is part of recovery. So they say. I do not personally believe in relapse. I think that is a choice. However you look at it, after you have the tools, after you have the knowledge, after you have all this other stuff to cope with certain situations, it is a decision. It's a choice to make that call, to drive to wherever you need to go, to get your substance of choice, whether it be alcohol or drugs or whatever else. It's a choice now. Now, you're already been clean and sober, so you know how to do it. So after that, it's a choice. And a lot of people don't like that. There's a lot of people out there that don't agree with that. Oh, recovery is part of, or relapse is part of recovery. It doesn't have to be. If it's part of your story, that's fine. I'm no judgment. However you recover is how you recover. Who cares? I'm just saying, for me personally, and for a lot of people I know, we've had plenty of talks about this. Relapse is a choice after you've gotten sober. After you've been in recovery, it's a choice. After you've been sober for so long, it's a choice now. Whether you choose the right choice or not is up to you. Like I said, you can choose to call somebody that's good for you instead of choosing to call that dope dealer, that plug. Let's be real. You know whose number you need to call, but then you pick up the phone and dial the dope man's. What kind of choice is that? That's not a choice. That's fucking ruining your life. You can go to this place to get your drink, or you can go to this other place and get your Coca-Cola or Pepsi or Dr. Pepper or Mountain Dew, whatever, water, who cares? You can make those choices now because, first of all, you're thinking clearly. If you're out of addiction and you have been, you're thinking clearly already. You know that if you go do this, it's going to have, you're going to relapse, basically. You know, if you're around these certain people, they're going to make you relapse. They're going to want you to relapse. You know that. So don't put yourself in that position. Call somebody that you can reach out to. Call somebody that has your back, basically. Call somebody that you know will help you not choose that. We've all got them. Everybody in recovery, everybody that's sober has got those certain people around now that want nothing but good things for them. We've all got them now. You know, or a meeting, or, you know, go do something different. You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. That's what us addicts had to live daily. We did the same thing over and over and over again. Sometimes recovery, rehabs, and detoxes 5, 6, 100 times. And until your perspective, until there's a switch in your head that says, bam, I don't want this no more, you're going to keep going back to it because that's how you cope. And addiction is a side effect of how we cope. We cope with not fitting in by going and try to fit in. We cope with not being popular by going to try to be popular. We deal with isolation. You want to be social. So where's the best place to go be social, right? The bar or other addicts. Even now, today, it's still the same. We go and we cope where we feel comfortable. If you're not very social, guess what? A couple of drinks are sure going to make you social, right? Yeah, they're going to make you talking. They're going to make you yay until they piss you off. And then all of a sudden it's okay. Now I'm pissed off. Now, fuck you guys. Can I say fuck you? I just did. So fuck you guys. I'm going to go get my sack of dope and cope the real way. Let's not do that. I don't recommend that. Just saying, I don't recommend that. If you need to call somebody, call me. I'm not going to give everybody my phone number, but those people that watch me have my phone number. Those people that need it, I will post a number down there or an email where you can get a hold of me. Plain and simple, you know. And I know 100 other people like that. If you're trying to get into a detox, if you're trying to get into a recovery center, if you're trying to get into sober living, let me know. Shoot me an email. I can help you. It might not be the one that you want, but it's the one that's going to be the best for you. Plain and simple. It might not be in your state, which, let's be real, if you're staying in your own states and you know everybody there, chances are it's probably not the best place for you. Just saying. I'm not going to point anybody out because I'm talking to nobody right now except for myself. And I moved out of my state. I moved from Colorado to Florida. Best change I ever made. Plain and simple. Best change. Recovery is hard. Regret is harder. That's a big one right there. It's this one. The road to recovery is hard. Push forward one day at a time. That's another good one. But recovery is hard. Regret is harder. Now, do I talk about regret? The only things I regret as an addict are the people that I hurt and not being a father to my kids. That's the only thing I regret. Everything else taught me the skills. I went down this back road right here to where I'm at today. I only regret two things, and that's the people I physically hurt, and that's the relationship with my kids. That's it. That's the only things I regret. And some people say that's pretty mean, but I wouldn't be able to talk about it unless I'm being honest. Those are the only two things I regret. Really. You know, I've hurt a lot of people. I did a lot of time in prison. I did a lot of time as an addict, and I hurt a lot of people. They put me in prison for a reason, not because I was good. Let's be real. You don't go to prison because you're a good person. I was an addict. I was not a good person. I am now, for the most part. You know, I still have my days, you know, and then those days are You're very short. And I remember that you're not like that anymore, Jason. So I don't do those stupid things. So quit doing the stupid things. You know what? If you think I'm talking to you, then you know what stupid things I'm talking about. So quit doing them. Quit doing them. If you think any of this resonates with you, then quit doing it. Plain and simple. Yes, as an addict, an alcoholic, anybody else saying, "Oh, just to quit, I can't just quit. I need help quitting." You're right, but you got to make that choice. You got to make that conscious decision to not use daily. Sometimes one day is harder than the next. Sometimes you just got to do it because you know what? You don't want to feel like shit anymore. You don't want to let other people have the power over you to make you feel that way. You don't want a little bag or a bottle controlling your life. Let's be real, because that's what it does. That's what it does. And if you're at your end of the rope and you feel like you don't belong on this planet, you feel like this world would be better off without you, you're wrong. I don't know you, but I would miss you. Let's be real. I don't know you, but I will eventually. I'd miss you. Somebody out there, they say suicide isn't the end of pain. Suicide is, you don't end your pain and suffering with the suicide. You just transfer it to somebody else. And that's true. I have known people that have committed suicide. One of them was my wife. And that's why I became sober. But that pain, that it doesn't go away. I mean, it does if you work on it. It does. We can mask it. We can hide it. We can talk about it. We can use it as a driving factor to not let anybody else feel that way again. We're all here on purpose for a purpose. Yes. And my purpose today is to tell you that recovery rocks. Like my fucking podcast name, Rock Your Fucking Recovery. And let's be real. Do it and do it loud. Let everybody know. Don't be ashamed to be in recovery. That's the biggest flex there is. Come on. If you want to do a flex, fucking, yeah, I was an addict for 20 years. Now I'm clean. That's a flex. I'm an ex-felon, an ex-convict for over 20 years. Now I'm not. That's a flex. If you've recovered and you're going through shit and you don't think that you have anything to offer anybody, you're wrong. I'm telling you, you're wrong. And I'll tell it to your face. I'll tell it to you on the phone. I'll tell it to you in a text. You are wrong. You have plenty to offer. You are enough. You are worthy. And you are loved. Plain and simple. And for those of us, myself included, that have gone through a loss and you're just, temporarily trying to fill a hole in your heart, a void, fill it with something better than any person on this world. Fill it with God's grace and God's love. Because Jesus Christ is my Savior. Jesus Christ is the man. He has guided me down this path. All glory to God. If you don't like me for it, oh well. There's plenty of other people out there. If you don't like me saying, thank you, Jesus Christ, then this ain't the page for you, because in my higher power, there's only one, and his name is Jesus Christ. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to like me, but I'm going to keep it real. And real is Jesus Christ is my Savior. Plain and simple. Now, I'm not going to stay on that topic, but I'm saying if you've got a hole in your heart and you keep searching for something and you can never fill it, you can't fill that heart, guess what? If you're looking for love, you're looking in the wrong spot. Because once you fill yourself with God's love, God's grace, then you want for nothing. He'll provide it. He'll provide it. Oh, there's a cat. We're about to get photobombed from a cat. Yeah. Yeah, that's the cat. That's trouble. What? You're just going to watch me now? I don't know if I like that. My cats are out to get me. I'm just telling you. I'm letting you know. These little cats are demons. I love them to death, but they're demons. And I swear they're plotting on me right now staring at me, talking to y'all, plotting on me. I should have got a dog. A whole lot. Yeah, I should have got a dog. At least they couldn't jump up on the counter. Get off my desk. Get. You shake the camera. You make it wobbly. All right, stay down there. Okay, back to the topic. Jesus Christ, fill your heart, fill your head, fill your everything with his love, and then you'll want for nothing. Honestly, it'll be provided. Yes, that doesn't mean that you can just fill it and just lay on the couch and do nothing. You've got to work for it, but the work becomes worth it. It becomes easier. It becomes less hard because somebody's always got your back and will guide you through it. Plain and simple. That goes for recovery too. That goes for staying sober also. Now, big, huge, controversial topic. All right. If you're sober, clean, and you have to use another substance, good. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, literally, if you were an ex-meth addict and you're using weed to fucking let you go to sleep tonight, let them. Who cares? It's a prescription. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? If you're an ex-addict, drug addict, and you like to go to the bar and, okay, a restaurant, not a bar, a restaurant, and have a beer with your food. Who cares? Who cares? Who's judging you? Nobody I know in recovery is going to judge you, because guess what? That means they got to look at themselves a little bit longer, because I'm telling you right now, anybody in a 12-step program that's anonymous, I bet you they drink coffee. And guess what? It's a mind and mood altering substance. Just saying. Just saying. Caffeine is a mind and mood altering substance. I bet you they're prescribed a medication, and I bet you they do it. I bet you it's a mind or mood altering substance. Okay. So don't let anybody tell you that how you're doing it is wrong. There's nobody out there that's going to tell you anything other that you're wrong for doing whatever you do. I choose. My choice is my choice. Doesn't anybody need to know about it unless I let them know. It's my choice. Plain and simple. And if anybody does judge me, oh no, they didn't need to be in my life anyway. Oh no, I'm so scared. You're going to judge me. Oh, boo-hoo. Come on, get real. I've lost those. I've lost more people than I could count, but I've gained so much more good people. It's the quality, not the quantity anymore. And the quality of people, quality of my friends, the quality of people that have my back and say, without judgment, without criticism, without negative impact, is so much better. So much better. The quality of people I have met now, so much better. And if you're letting outside influences if you're letting an outside influence, whether that be whatever it may be, pry into your private life and make you somebody that you're not, guess what? You're giving that person too much power. You're giving that person too much power. I have the choice to decide who I engage with or not, who I talk to or not, who I can put on mute and silence and block on all platforms or not. It's my choice now. It's not theirs. I'm plain and simple. If you're not conducive to my recovery or my mental health, FAFO, and we all know what that stands for, fuck around and find out how quick the door hits you. Plain and simple. If you're not conducive to that sounds real terrible, real narcissistic, right? My recovery is very narcissistic. It's about me. Plain and simple, as yours should be to you. If you're listening to this and your recovery is not about you, you're doing it the wrong way. It's got to be about you. Yes, some of us have kids. Yes, we got to take care of those kids. But how much are you taking care of them if you're not doing it for the right reasons? How good are your kids being taken care of when you're not thinking clearly, when you don't know how to cope with kids can be kids and they can be stressful. And if you're letting that stress feed on you and you can't relieve that stress, guess what? You're one step away from relapse. One step away from relapse. That's it. Just one step. And the thing is, when we start taking our power back, we start realizing that, yeah, it's my power to give. It's my power to give to another person. They never had the power. I just let them control the power. They didn't have power over me. I let them have power over me. They never started off this life, started off as an acquaintance with power over me. I choose who I let into my life. I choose who I let have a say in my life. And guess what? If I don't like that, I can take my power back, just like I took it back from the drugs or the alcohol that was controlling me. You get your power back once you start thinking clearly, making the right choices, can sit there and say that, yeah, I'm telling you the truth. It's not my fault if it hurts you, because we're not doing it with intent. We're just being honest up front, like we're supposed to be, like all adults should be honest and upfront, with not with no getting feelings hurt, no intentions of hurting somebody. Hi, Haley. How's it going, Haley? You should be having a guest here in about a couple hours. Hope you guys have fun. But you should be doing everything with the intent of hurting nobody. Plain and simple. And all this hype about recovery, don't let it get to you. There's a lot of fakers out there. Lots of fakers out there. Awesome. I'm glad you just landed. That is awesome. You like my background, Haley? It's new. But there's a lot of people in fake recovery. And fake recovery is sitting in judgment over somebody else, telling somebody how to do something, telling them how to do something that should be good for them. No, thank you. Is between me and my mom, we got it. And I like it. It's pretty cool. And so if somebody's telling you how to do something in recovery, they're fake. FAKE with the big capital F. And that F you need to use is like fuck off. Yeah. Like the t-shirt. Fuck off. Yeah. Fuck off if somebody's telling you what you need to do to stay sober. Nobody's going to tell you how to do it. They'll say, in my experience, I can help you, but I can't tell you how to do anything. You've got to learn it yourself, because then it's more valuable if you learn it yourself. You can put people around you that are in recovery. You can put people around you that are conducive to your recovery. You can feed off that energy. You can take their examples, but you can't ever listen to somebody that says you need to do it this way. That's a fucking lie. I don't care who you are. Don't listen to them. They're fake. They're out there feeding you wrong information. Plain and simple. They'll say, hey, I would suggest it. I found out that this was useful. I found out that was useful, but don't ever let somebody dictate to you how to do your recovery. Don't, because that person's fake. That person's a fraud. That person's doing it because I don't know why, but they're fake. They just want power over you. Again, it's a control tactic. If somebody's telling you how to do something, that means they're controlling you. Don't let anybody control you. Plain and simple. Do not. Like I said, once we're in recovery, we start taking that power back. Once we're able to think clearly, we take that power back. So don't listen to all the hype. Don't listen to all the hype. Again, if somebody's telling you how to do something, they're not in recovery themselves. They're just trying to control somebody else. And, that's wrong. And we have the cat about to photobomb me again because she just jumped up on the desk again. Fine, stay right there. Don't move. You know, so yeah, don't ever let anybody tell you what you need to do in recovery. Let them suggest it, especially if they have, yeah, absolutely. Break the stigma. They can give advice and they can't tell you. Only surround yourself with those that encourage and appreciate you. You are never too much for the right people. That's true. Agreed. Okay. Don't listen to hype. Got it. You got it. You are absolutely right, Haley. You know exactly what I'm talking about, too. So we both know what I'm talking about. And there's just people that are fake. There's people that want to control, want to pry, want to get inside somebody else's heads. Don't let them. Plain and simple. It is what it is. And there's always going to recovery today is a trend. If you've noticed, fun fact of the day, alcohol use has gone down this year from all the past previous years in the entire United States, except for one state. Bet you guys will never be able to guess what state that is. It's not Florida. It's Tennessee. Tennessee is the only state that alcohol use is up. So alcohol use across the United States is down to an all-time low since like 4 years ago. So it's going down. And no, you're wrong, Ellie. It's not Florida. It's Tennessee. Tennessee is the only state that it's gone up in. That means drug use is probably going down also. I don't know the stats on that. I could probably look it up, but I'm too busy talking. I can't do more than one thing at a time. And well, yeah, I can actually. Yeah, I can. But I'm not gonna. Alcohol use is at an all-time low right now for the past, I don't know how many years, but all except for one state. And that means, people are jumping on the recovery bandwagon. There's going to be a lot of people that fall off that bandwagon because they're not there for the right reasons. There's going to be a lot of people that are just in it for popularity and try to be popular, something that they're never going to be able to be, because it is a trend. And I hate to say this because I think it's good for everybody. Everybody that can be in recovery and do it for the right reasons. But you got to do it for yourself, not because it's a trend, not because everybody else is doing it. Do it for yourself. Okay. So because Tennessee has the most bourbon friggin' produced. Tennessee and Kentucky have the biggest alcohol production places. That's why. I don't know. I don't know why it's bigger in Tennessee. Why ask those questions? I don't care about Tennessee. Not as a state. Shit, it's just a state. I like Tennessee, most of it, but they got Nashville, they got freaking Knoxville, they got all these other places in Tennessee that are all drinking, and what am I right about? I don't know. Highest alcohol production. Yeah. Okay. But back to the recovery topic. Do it because you want to do it. Do it because you're tired of how it makes you feel. Do it because you're hitting rock bottom and you don't want to lose everything again. Do it because you want to add life to your days. Do it because you deserve to be the best you possible. That's it. You deserve to be the best you possible. Don't do it because it's a trend. Don't do it because it's the popular thing to do now. Because guess what? So is drugs. Drugs are popular too. So is drinking at the bar. That's popular. Don't do it because of that. Do it because you're worth it. Absolutely. And when you start getting that self-worth and that self-value back, you'll realize the good things in life and you don't want to let them go. You'll start forming mutually beneficial relationships. You'll start wanting the best for other people again, truly wanting the best for other people. You'll start being able to love yourself so you can love other people. Plain and simple. You start loving yourself enough and you'll start feeling that love for yourself, and that means you can enjoy other people's company. Now, not saying we don't enjoy other people's company, which I sometimes do, but you will enjoy, like, actually literally physically feel happy around people again, the right people. Not everybody deserves to eat at your table. Not everybody deserves to see the best side of you when they couldn't handle the worst. Not everybody not everybody is worthy of that. No, not everybody's worthy of me gracing them with my presence. No, not at all. Not at all. You know, because I care about myself and I know these people are only there to get a reaction because they know the old me or the old you. They're only there to get a reaction, to make you act like somebody that you really weren't. And that's what drugs and alcohol does. It makes us act like somebody that we are not. It lowers your inhibitions. It makes you do things that you don't like to do. It makes you do things that probably are illegal. It makes you do things. Listen, having drugs is illegal. Some states, if you're in a state that weed is illegal, then guess what? Don't do it. Move to a different state. All right? Don't sit there and say, hey, you know, I can do this because I'm not hurting anybody and it's just weed. That's an addict's thinking. Come on. Come on. If you have an addict mentality, that means you're doing stuff and hiding it and then blaming somebody else because you did it. That's an addict mentality. If you're in one of the very few states that weed isn't legal and you decide to smoke it or sell it, snort it, however, whatever, not snort weed. Don't snort weed. I don't think that would work. That'd give you a sinus infection. But you know what I mean? If you're there and you're doing it, guess what? You're breaking the law. It's just as bad as a drunk driver. They break the law. They're not breaking the law at the bar. They break it once they get behind the wheel and are driving, though. Plain and simple. It's the victim mentality. It's the addict mentality. It's the addict mindset. And then I could just go on about this topic, but I will not. I'll change that. You know, I'm coming up to like 45 minutes already. So we're going to end it, you know, on a positive note. I myself am lucky to be alive. I'm lucky that I found sobriety when I did. I found recovery when I did. I appreciate all of you. And you know what? Until the next time I'm up here talking by myself, y'all need to shoot me some topics that you want to talk about because I can't come up with all this shit on my own. My biggest ones are boundaries. Boundaries will keep you sober. Boundaries will keep you in recovery. Strong boundaries teach you who your friends are too. It teaches you who you can trust, who you shouldn't trust, and teaches you who your friends are. Teaches you who deserves a spot at that table. Plain and simple. Y'all stay sober. Y'all keep rocking your recovery. And I'm Jay. I'm out.